Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. It is still Tuesday, I think the 26th. Probably wrong, I don't care, doesn't matter. 2023, I got that right? So I don't know what happened with the last video. It came out sideways and I'm like, why is that sideways? I was not holding the camera sideways, so I have no idea why it did that. I have not a clue in the world. But anyway, so that was very bizarre, very, very bizarre. All right, so we're going to talk about supervolcano, right? Let's talk about supervolcanoes. So when I say supervolcano, everybody will think Yellowstone, because that's what, Yellowstone is a very active supervolcano. But there's a volcano right now over in Italy, and I am not even going to try to pronounce the name of it, folks, because then you can all ridicule and say all kinds of crap because I said it wrong. So I will just say there is a supervolcano right now over in Italy. The last time it erupted was in 1538. All right. Now, depending on the scale of the eruption, so right now it's been very, very active. They basically said it's a matter of time before it goes off. A lot of earthquakes happening over there, a lot of upswell, and all those type of things. So, depending on the scale of what that volcano will do, being a supervolcano. So what is a supervolcano over a regular volcano? Let's talk about that for a minute first. Regular volcanoes, like the volcanoes right now that's erupting in Hawaii. That's a regular volcano. It erupts all the time, not all the time, but, there's eruptions happening quite often. A supervolcano will stew for quite a long time. Obviously, we're looking at almost 500 years for that particular supervolcano since it's gone off, but it wasn't a drastic eruption 500 years ago. Bad enough, but not, catastrophic. The difference between a supervolcano and a regular volcano, a supervolcano, depending on the scale of the eruption, could cause a volcanic winter, could cause global change to the planet, put us into winter, depending on, like I said again, the scale of the eruption. Like they always talk about Yellowstone. If Yellowstone has a major eruption, I don't know what she's doing, she's just running. If Yellowstone has a major eruption, you could be looking at 10 years of winter. That's a game changer, a planet changer. It, once that would go off, the surrounding area would be decimated and there would be all kinds of issues. But longer term, it would be other things. So anyway, this volcano in Italy, it's showing signs, oh no, she's just over here, sitting over here. It's showing signs of preparing to go off, okay? Again, what will the scale of that eruption look like? Now, there's 500,000 people in the surrounding area of where that volcano is right now. So they're obviously talking about evacuation plans, what they would do, and those type of things. But again, it's all going to depend on the scale of what that eruption is. If it is a major, major eruption, again, that is a planet changer. There are many supervolcanoes around the world, all right? So I think that's what people don't grasp. They don't think about that. They don't realize that some of these supervolcanoes, it's not a matter of if they'll ever go off again. It's a matter of when they'll go off again. Like, the Yellowstone has an eruption in an average of once every 600,000 years. Well, we're past 600,000 years since the last eruption. They've done the geological research, and it's gone off 3 times in the past, like 2.5 million years ago. So it averages once about every 600,000 years. So actually, Yellowstone is overdue. Yellowstone is very active as well. Not having the scale of the earthquakes as the other one is right now, but it does have quite a few earthquakes. There's a huge magma chamber under Yellowstone. So again, you know, will it go off? Yep, it sure will. When will that happen? Who knows? But when one of these super volcanoes goes, it just doesn't change the area. It doesn't just affect the the surrounding area. It can affect the entire planet because of putting so much stuff up into the upper atmosphere, blocks out the sun, and then it puts us into that volcanic winter. And that's not a good thing. That is not a good thing at all. And so that's something that people really need to be thinking about. And, again, how do you prepare for that, right? How do you prepare for that? What can you do? Who can afford to have a 10-year supply of food, and have all the things that you're going to need? And, if you'd have to be to ground for that length of time, with no sunshine, and sun is so important to us as human beings, being able to be in decent weather and, and those type of things. And what are you going to do? I mean, when everything basically, the sun gets blocked out, plants aren't growing, right? Nothing you can do about any of that. So those are things, again, that really need to be thought about. What would you do? How would you plan on surviving a situation like that? Even the most prepared prepper is probably not ready, for a super volcano to go off. Obviously we continue to do the best that we possibly can. You hope for prepare for the worst and hope for the best, right? But certain things are game changers that we're not going to have any kind of control over when they happen. We just try to prepare the best that we can, do what we can, and deal with the situation as they arrive. There's obviously much more pertinent things to be concerned about that are going on around the world right now. But that super volcano in Italy is showing signs that it's getting ready to go. And so, again, could that happen? Yep, it sure could. When will it happen? I couldn't tell you, folks. I mean, I don't make those predictions. I never do and never will, because the unknown is the unknown. But I do know that those are scary situations, and we need to be ready as we can be for whatever may happen. All the best what do they say? The best laid plans of mice and men, right? My favorite saying, absolute favorite saying, is when Mike Tyson said, "Everybody's got a game plan when you're getting ready for a fight until you get punched in the mouth." And I love that, you know what I mean? Because it's like, that's the reality of it. We can have all the best plans in the world, and then when something happens, we have to deal with it accordingly at that time and at that situation. So, always got to be prepared. But I'd like to hear your thoughts. What do you think? What are the chances of this being a major eruption when this does erupt in Italy? Do you think that it'll be something that'll be catastrophic, not just for Italy, but for the world? I want to just hear your feedback on it. Like I said, for me personally, it's something worth paying attention to. And again, if something like that does have a major eruption, let's put it like this. You got about a 6-week window from that point of that eruption before things start to go dark, really go dark, and before the plant life starts dying off. So what are you doing in that 6-week window, right? That's what you need to think about. I know what I'd be doing. I'm not going to share that on here, but prepping would be geared up really, really fast, because they would be BSing people, telling you, oh, everything's going to be fine, it's going to be okay. And in the meantime, the different governments around the world would be stocking up their preps and getting their things ready for the power elite. The bugs are like crazy. I don't know if you guys can see them. They're like all over here. The power elite would be preparing the best way that they could to survive something long term. You would not be somebody they would give a crap about. Would you knock down the rake? They would not care about you, trust me. So anyway, guys, I am going to jump off of here for now. I'd like to hear your feedback on this. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. I hope everybody is doing well. Remember, we truly are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that one out, we truly will be in much, much better shape. And now it's starting to rain again. Imagine that. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day, tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one stopping you from achieving your goals is you. Going in. That's it, nobody else. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. All right? Set realistic goals and then set about to making them happen. Simple as that. All right, guys, I am going to jump off for now. I will see you all later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.